All right, it is Sunday, April 16th. Let's go over Bitcoin because Bitcoin has been moving. Right now it's at 30,253. This is NYXBT. Nice Bitcoin index. Basically follows the same thing, pretty much where it's at. So let's look at the daily chart going back, pretty much 2018. Made that spike near, was it 18,000? Came all the way back, pretty much a year, this falling wedge. And then broke up. See here, January. What's its date here? March. And then it peaked here June 27, 2019. It came sideways. And this was big right here. This line is 5,000 line. So what we have here is pretty much the low of 2019 was about 3,300. Then we moved up, came back down, went to 5,000. Now it didn't go, below that 3,300. Then we went to 10,000. Then like everything started to rip and take off. 2021 January, even before that, November, December. This thing's moving 20, 25, 35,000. You go all the way up to this candle here, which is 63,247. It comes back big time, all the way to pretty much the 30,000 line. And then in July, then we move in August. You can get up to about 50,000 plus, comes back. The low's higher. Excuse me, the low's higher right here at 42,000 plus. Then we move up, of course, to the all-time high, which is about 63,000 or 64,828. And that candle was this candle, 68,411. All right, so we went up there, and that is in November. Then we come back really hard here, December, January, and it comes back down to that 35,000 line, just above that 30,000 line. We're back and forth to a lot of volatility in February, March, and April. You have a trend line formed, comes up to about like 47,000, comes all the way down, tries to bounce, doesn't work, 30,000, comes back again. We have a low of about 19,445 in July. Move up, come back down. We're hovering around this like 19, 18,000 plus range. And then November we drop, November going into December, you have a low 16,144. And that looks like the low right now. The most recent low. And that's what happened. So like everything in the market pretty much started to take off. You got January, February, March, now we're in April. A lot of indices are in an uptrend. You have semiconductors, NASDAQ, Dow Jones SPY all in there too. So everything's been moving up. This is forming a broadening wedge. You have a high here, the high line in January up into March, and now we're in April, the low line in January, and that March line right here. So this could pull back. If you draw a line right here from this low, you draw it from big lows, like going up here, a pullback, right there. And then let's draw it up here, went sideways. You got, starts to break here below 28,000, 29 to 28, it could fall. That'll be the next move down. A bigger move in the market, bigger move. I would look for Bitcoin 21,000 if it stays above 17 right here, 17 and change, 20 and change. So, it could fall below even as 20 and it bounces right off that double bottom, 21,000. Now, how high are we going? I don't know. It keeps going up here. It's very hard to say. It just keeps going and going. Resistance, 30,000 was resistance right here. You got that. It's falling into it right now. Bitcoin's 30,139. You got July, August of 2021. You had January, went below it. So after it breaks that, and I put the Fibonacci retracement level all the way back, Bitcoin just about the beginning, all the way to the low, just about. That's way down there. That's below 1,000. So the next line up would be 50% retracement. It'll be 35,000. And then, looking at big moves, 35 going to 5,000 increments, 40, 45, 50. So right now it's big. If it can stay over 30,000, then I'll look for the 35,000 line on Bitcoin. Weekly, this is where draw little circles here. Weekly, there was Bitcoin right there. That was at the 3,000 mark, 5,000 mark. And you got with the 16,000 mark. So as much as I didn't like Bitcoin, I thought it was pretty crazy. But then again, maybe it's not as crazy as everyone thought it is, because the line right here is at 3,000. Okay, 2019. We have a higher low right here, slightly up and went to 5,000. Then the big move up. Look at all these big moves. It absolutely went on fire. It was like a penny stock. And then we pulled back just as hard. That was a penny stock. But we didn't go near that. 16,000 is way above 3 and 5,000. So what do you have here? 1, 2, 3, a higher low. As crazy as it is, it's still an uptrend Bitcoin ever since the beginning too. Now it doesn't mean it's gonna not go to this low. It's hard to say because no one knows what Bitcoin. A lot of exchanges have collapsed and very, very volatile. So you have a big wedge here. You have the highs and then the lows. You have all this in the middle. Could it get back up here? Eventually, it wouldn't surprise me if it did, but I don't know how long. I don't think this move we're just going straight up. Unless the market, everything just turns around and everything's great in the market. That would really help Bitcoin too. Right here, this is the weekly. You're very overbought 97. Anytime it's been overbought like that, except late 2020. See it? It was in overbought buried. It's where it just keeps going up and staying there. Did have some huge drops. Look at here. Look at here. See the bottom right here. So it is due for a pullback, and it'll be pretty hard if it does. Doesn't mean it has to right away though. Longer term now, I would say Bitcoin, unless eventually they're going to get to that. Eventually, there's going to be regulation. I think it would help longer term because there's all kinds of fraud, money being hacked out of these exchanges and all kinds of stuff. It needs to be regulated. I think that would help Bitcoin long term. A lot of fraud coins out there, all kinds of stuff. I think there's like 5,000, all different types of crypto coins and different things that involve crypto. So, all right, look at the monthly. Now, the monthly too, you have going back to 2015 that dropped. This is all so small. And then, of course, you have 2018. Once they hit 2018, look at this red over white, all the way down, all the way. And it went to a low on stochastics 2.70. That was a great time to buy Bitcoin. Now, moved up and pulled back. People probably thought it was going back down to test that. Never did. It hugged this 50 line. Remember the over under. Once it stays above 50 line, you're going up, below, probably down, near 20 line. And then it takes off. Look at these candles. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles in a row green entering into 2021 is incredible. Then you had the pullback and we bounced again. And now on the way down, you had 3, 6, 7, 8 red candles, 2 green in there. And all the way up to, again, look at the space. The 13 EMA above the 20 EMA. Look, if you draw right here, so it's basically 60,000. The 13 EMA was only at 30-some thousand. So it's pretty much 30,000 overbought. On a general move up, on a trend up, like even like 2018, 19, look how close the EMAs were, 13, 20 EMA. That's where you want it to be. You don't want to be far away. That means it's really getting overbought. Basically, just think of a penny stock. When a penny stock like goes 2 to 10, it's going up straight up. It's way too fast. So this was pumped so fast, not a gradual move up. And that's what happened. Now you pull back below the 13 EMA, so you're definitely oversold, and your EMAs were at what we're at here. Well, even up here is like 32,000. We went to 16, so it's well below, even close to EMAs. Now we're rounding out sideways, went up. You have 4 straight candles in a row. The monthly here, stochastics white over red. 36 entering, exiting over bought territory. We'll see this 50 line if you can get over it. If it gets over 50, it's very strong. And like I said, next line looks like 35,000 here. and then we'll see, each 5,000 increment. Quarterly, move up 2017, 18, back down 18, 19, 19, 20. Didn't really move on stochastics, but 20 was the move up, and it got way above in overbought zone. See right here back in 2017, 18, 21, and then we're down. Stochastics reached a low 2279. That was that red candle here. Now we have two green on the quarterly. This is all the quarterly chart. And so the high here, look at this wick. It was 68,411, right? On the quarterly wick. And I'm trying to get it pretty much even. You're at 26,000 on EMA, 13 EMA. Look how that's so far away. That is so overbought there. And that's what happened. Like the market too, everything was overbought. Now we're going down. Now we're sort of, everything caught up. Now you're below it, which is bullish. 13 EMA is over the 20 EMA, which is bullish. And for the longer term, actually, Bitcoin has been bullish the whole way up. Look at this on the quarterly. 13 over 20 was tight, never crossed over. You don't see the 13 crossover to 20 EMA. So that's pretty incredible. I didn't really, look deep into that, notice that well. That's pretty crazy. So actually, the whole way of the quarterly chart is been bullish. And we'll look again at that 35,000 line. Pull back to, the furthest pullback, I mean, is the 21,000 line. If you pull back less than that, 25, 24, but I'm just pointing that out. The yearly chart, you can see, and there we go. There's a 4-hour, 30-minute. So there we go with Bitcoin. Yeah, the reason it's moving too, it was oversold. Technically, it was oversold. A lot of people started jumping back in it. They saw it was holding, and it didn't really go below that 15,000 mark. It hovered, started to go up, got near 20, and then there was less fear there. And people are using it as a hedge because of the banks. So there's a lot of different reasons here, and that's where we stand on Bitcoin. As I'm speaking during this video, it's actually 29,869. So dip below that 30,000 mark. Now look at the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart really start to move hard here. 29,899. And hourly, it's pointing a real big candle. So we'll see if it holds as 29,780, and then the wick is at 29,691. That'll be interesting. All right, so that's it on Bitcoin. And longer term, definitely turn into a Bitcoin bull, unless something major happens here. Because if it made it through this crisis we had, looking back here, look at this chart. Came out of nowhere. It was nothing for years. 2013, 15, started to peak out 2017, and it's been moving higher. It's very volatile, but it's moving higher and higher. And the low is the most important thing. The low keeps getting higher. That's what you want to see. The low keep getting higher. You don't want to see this go to 60,000 and back to 500. That's not good at all. So, all right. So that's it. Please subscribe to Mike Kim Trades on YouTube. Smash the like button. I appreciate it. Mike Kim Trades on TikTok, any other social media. Leave any comments, your thoughts. Always welcome to have a conversation. And that's it. Peace.